Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Swiss Finance Council, I would like to welcome you to our second day of our sixth annual conference. I would like to extend my warm welcome to our distinguished speakers from the Swiss Federal Department of Finance, the European supervisory authorities, the European Parliament, and the Deutsche Bundesbank. We're very pleased and honored to have you all with us today. For those guests who had already joined us for the first part, we're happy to have you back. And for those who have joined us only today, just a few words about the SFC. The Swiss Finance Council was established in 2013 to foster dialogue around policy developments in finance at the European and international level. The members of the Swiss Finance Council are UBS and Credit Suisse. Both institutions are global banks with a strong European presence. With a permanent representative office in Brussels, we support an integrated single market that can contribute to the creation of a strong, open, and globally competitive European financial sector. Before introducing further our conference and speakers, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the new Managing Director of the Swiss Finance Council, Esther Wittmer. She joins the Swiss Finance Council team in January to lead our efforts in strengthening the dialogue with European decision makers and fostering the discussion on EU-Swiss relations in Switzerland. Many of you probably already know Esther. Before joining us, she had been the Financial Services Attaché at the mission of Switzerland to the European Union since 2016. The Swiss Finance Council is extremely happy to be able to count on her extensive knowledge of Swiss and European financial regulation. We're convinced she will take an excellent lead in the Swiss Finance Council's activities. Welcome to the team, Esther. We're happy to have you on board. Before I introduce today's sessions, allow me to give you a short review of key takeaways and highlights from our first conference day and in-depth discussions on how to recover from the pandemic. Elke König highlighted that Switzerland and the EU have the same objective: financial stability. Financial stability is at the core of recovering growth. It is more than ever important to fight market fragmentation and to step up cooperation and coordination in Europe and at global level. Panelists, including Caroline Rogers from the Basel Committee, Mark Branson from FINMA, and UBS Chairman Axel Weber, highlighted that it is important to continue preparing for the difficult times and to keep the foot on the gas pedal in order to manage carefully the withdrawal of public support without endangering the return of growth. As we come out of this crisis, we are moving from a liquidity challenge to a solvency challenge, and the corporate sector may need more equity. We further agreed that delaying and/or not implementing Basel III in a consistent manner would be seen as a sign of weakness by the markets, and the EU should not push back on Basel III. Finally, and among many other important insights, our speakers highlighted low profitability, the need for more consolidation, the review of some business models, and the transition to a green and digital society as main challenges for European banks. Today, we will focus on the longer-term economic objectives characterized by the transition towards a green and digital economy and how the pandemic has impacted this twin transition. I'm convinced we will be offered as many interesting views and interventions as on our first day of our conference. We are extremely delighted that Uli Mauro, Swiss Federal Councillor and head of the Federal Department of Finance, will open our second conference day with important keynote remarks. We will then continue with an exchange of reviews moderated by David Wright, and we are very pleased that José Manuel Campa, Chair of the European Banking Authority, has kindly accepted to join Urs Rohner, Chairman of the Board of Credit Suisse Group, to share their views and thoughts on the digital and green transition. Like on our first conference day, this exchange of views will be followed by an interactive panel discussion. Today's session brings together European, Swiss, and global policymakers, as well as Credit Suisse, a global bank active in sustainable and digital finance. Our distinguished speakers will discuss recent progress and future goals in green and digital finance. Our panel will also discuss the role of data in establishing new growth models. Well, this is all from my side for now, and I wish you all a very interesting conference. I would now like to give the word to Federal Councillor Mauro.